Sarah Wong had long talked about the idea of attending school in Seattle. She was passionate about protecting the environment, always carrying around her own reusable straws, said friend Lauren Tan, who first met Wong in kindergarten. Wong was looking to attend a smaller school and had a plan to become a neonatal nurse. So she jumped at the opportunity to move last year from her hometown in South Pasadena, California, to attend college at Seattle Pacific University. During her freshman year at SPU, she lived in Emerson Hall and explored a potential major in nursing, SPU said. 2 weeks ago, she danced in a cultural event showcasing the Pacific Islander community. In recent days, she had talked with Tan about their plans for when this school year was complete and they would be back together in California. But on Saturday, as Wong and another SPU student were traveling in a vehicle on Mercer Street in Seattle, they were struck by a falling construction crane that killed 4 people. The other student in Wong's vehicle somehow managed to escape unharmed, according to an email SPU officials sent to students. Wong, 19, was among those killed. My initial thought was that this couldn't actually be happening, Tan said about hearing the news. Tan said Wong touched a lot of lives in her time on Earth. She spread so much love, encouragement and kindness to everyone around her, Tan said. Of the 3 others killed in the collapse, 2 were workers involved in disassembling the crane. One was from Ironworkers Local 86 in Seattle and the other from the Local 29 union out of Portland, said Chris McLean, the business manager of Local 86. McLean said the member of the Seattle union was a journey-level ironworker with a family. Joe Bowers, the business manager at Local 29, said the Portland member was recently married and had years of experience working tower cranes for most of his career. Neither union official was willing to discuss more about the victims, and they both said they had no insights into what might have caused the tragedy. Officials have yet to disclose details about the 4th person who died in the collapse, other than to say the victim was in another vehicle traveling on Mercer Street. 4 other people were injured in Saturday's collapse. One was treated by medics at the scene, and the others, including a 25-year-old mother and her 4-month-old baby, were taken to Harborview Medical Center. The mother and child were discharged late Saturday. The 4th person, a 28-year-old man, was still at Harborview in satisfactory condition Sunday, said hospital spokeswoman Susan Gregg. At SPU, Wong's parents came to campus Sunday and had an opportunity to meet with some of her friends in the area and visit Wong's local church, said Nate Moutet, the university's vice president for enrollment management and marketing. Moutet said the university is still exploring with Wong's families the ways in which she could best be honored in the coming days. Meanwhile, the school is looking to provide support services for students. Kersha Taithano, who leads a Pacific Islander cultural group on the SPU campus, said Wong was active in the group and recently performed as a dancer in a showcase event that highlights different Pacific Islander cultures. Taithano said Wong was admired in the group as a leader and a person who nurtured others. She was really active and really supportive, Taithano said. Tan said Wong had an older brother, a younger brother and a large extended family. Tan and Wong had met in kindergarten and forged a bond that would last 14 years and would see them document visits to Los Angeles cafes on a joint Instagram account, try out for Rose Parade honors together, and spend 4th of July's watching fireworks on high school football fields. Tan said Wong taught her never to be afraid to take risks. Anytime I was unsure about something, I'd always text her to ask for her opinion because I knew she would know exactly what to say, Tan said. Witnesses describe fatal construction crane collapse in downtown Seattle. Investigators in Seattle are trying to figure out what caused a giant construction crane to fall on one of the city's busiest streets Saturday. 4 people were killed Saturday as a result of the accident and 3 others were injured. Downtown Seattle became a disaster zone after a crane collapsed in the South Lake Union neighborhood. 2 of the victims who died were crane operators. 2 others, including Sarah Wong, a freshman at Seattle Pacific University, were in vehicles that were crushed by the cranes. One witness said it felt like an earthquake. Bang! Down she come. Bruce Cashmere recalled about the incident. He ran to help, finding a badly damaged vehicle with a mother and baby inside, somehow unharmed. Very, very lucky baby. Very lucky. Not a mark on her, good to see, he said. John Etherington saw the whole thing go down. It started to lean, he said. And I say lean, it didn't stop its lean. It was going the whole time, but before I registered it was actually falling. James Pritchard is a crane expert and safety consultant. He says crane accidents happen for various reasons, from weather, to maintenance, to operator error, but by and large, crane use is safe. Pritchard says cranes are currently in high demand in U.S. cities. According to the Seattle Times, Seattle has more cranes in use than any other city. I think we have had a good track record here, Mayor Jenny Duncan said. But of course we are going to pay extra attention to make sure that the cranes that are in Seattle today are safe. The next 24 to 48 hours are said to be the most critical, as investigators will look into everything from wind speed to inspection and service records on the equipment in order to pinpoint exactly what caused this deadly collapse.